Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver
Hey guys,
now.
Bix Weir, roadtoruta.com. Bix Weir, roadtoruta.com. Hey, let's talk about silver and COCA for chocolate. There is a huge thing going on right now as we speak in the COCA trade. Remember, commodity markets are all over the place. They're metals, they're gas, they're oil, they are things that we eat. Things that we eat, things that we drink. The key is understanding that the futures and options market has a deliverable component to it. Futures and options are derivatives. We all know derivatives bad, right? I've been screaming it for years. The multi-quadrillion dollar derivative market will implode one day. It is happening right now in the COCA trade. Hershey got a special exemption to destroy the shorts, basically, from the CME. I'm thinking, what in the hell is going on? Let's take a look. Hershey's behind the big COCA trade that upended the New York markets. This was allowed. Again, we're at the end game of this game. What I want to talk about is, can silver do the same thing that COCA is doing right now? Firm is taking unusual steps of sourcing beans via an exchange. What's so unusual about sourcing COCA, a commodity, through an exchange? Oh, it's just rarely never done. That's why you are insane to have a short position in any commodity, because there is a deliverable component. Hershey says it supports West African COCA Premium. One of America's top chocolate makers is upending the New York COCA market. Hershey Company is taking the unusual step of directly sourcing a large amount of COCA through its ICE Futures U.S. exchange instead of buying beans in the physical market, according to people familiar with the matter who asked not to be named because the deal is, quote, private. The massive trade has sent December delivery futures to a record premium over the next contract. The purchases are so large that they required special permission from the exchange. The trade comes after top coca growers, Ivory Coast and Ghana, added a hefty premium to their beans in a move they say would boost farmers' incomes. While most coca changes hands via private deals around the world, the purchase through the exchange allows Hershey's to exchange cheaper supplies, saving millions. It's because beans sourced from exchange stockpiles didn't incur the premium, currently at 15% of future price. Here's the deal. The COMEX Futures and Options is a con. It's a way to control price, not a way to, and anybody shorting this is trying just to play financial games. They are real people using real commodities in the background. Look at the price of cocoa. What happened? People tell me, Bix, silver can never jump to $600 an ounce. It's impossible from its current $24 an ounce. Look what happened to cocoa. Look at right here. It is negative. That's the insanity. All these exchanges, all the COMEX derivative exchanges are frauds. Have nothing to do with the real underlying asset, but with the delivery component. Anybody who shorts it is subject to massive price dislocations. This is unbelievable. From negative almost instantly to $250 a ton. That is it, $250? Oh, for a futures contract. That is insane. That is like, what's the percentage from negative to 250? And how many contracts? They're talking 30,000 contracts. That's the kind of thing that can happen in silver, because we are at insane numbers right now with silver. Well below the cost of production, well below any rational valuation for silver. And the shorts are trapped. This is what happens when shorts are trapped, and then something like a delivery month in December, something different happens. And those who hold futures contracts actually stand for delivery. This is the type of stuff that happens. So can silver go from $23, $24 to $600 in a blink of an eye? Absolutely. When does that happen? When the sellers stop selling. When fair market value is so distorted, which it is right now, and the sellers are losing massive amounts of money, the key is when somebody comes in to take delivery. In this case, it was Hershey. Hershey said, I can get it so cheap from this criminal COMEX exchange, I'm going to go do that. It went from negative contract, just like oil was at negative to 250. Can you imagine the shorts? Say you have 5,000 short contracts. You're getting destroyed. That's what's going to happen to silver. That's what's being fought out right now as we speak. Now it's looking like the silver price on the latest slam, which started at 10 o'clock New York time. Surprise, surprise. Slam down. Now the shorts that were used to slam it down have to be covered. The whole idea was to slam it lower so we can cover and we don't have to deliver after Wednesday is the last day of trading. And then delivery starts, I think it starts on Monday the week after or Tuesday. That's what's happening. So if you think no way silver can go from $23 to $600, look what just happened today in COCA, from negative to 250. Hershey said it doesn't discuss details of its buying and hedging activities, and that it purchases COCA from a variety of suppliers and sources to meet its needs. The Pennsylvania-based company said it has long supported initiatives to improve farmer livelihood, and that includes Ghana and Ivory Coast. Basically, Hershey said, screw you, you criminal banking cabal who's setting the price. You don't understand our markets. You don't understand how we source products. If you're going to sell us coca beans for negative money, Hershey is going to buy up all they can and destroy you financially. If you're going to short silver down below its fair market value, there are people that are going to destroy the banking cabal that is short. So keep an eye on silver. We are at that time when silver makes a jump, a dislocated jump. And as you can see from Hershey, this stuff does happen when things are out of whack. And right now, things are out of whack. Hang on to your hats, my friends. Pay me my silver now. A quick look at, this is Jeffrey Christian, the criminal who runs CPM Group, gave this chart out 10 years ago. Could have been longer than 10 years ago. Saying, oh yeah, all these silver shorts are legitimate hedges. And here's his justification. Now remember, on the COMEX, over 100 billion ounces trade every year. Here's his justification. Unallocated silver accounts, there's 300 million ounces that are hedged. That is complete bullshit. There's not even many unallocated accounts left anymore because they blew up before. Anybody who has unallocated silver, you're basically giving the banksters your money. Silver forwards for producers, he had 200 million ounces. Mind you, this was 10 years ago. There's nobody hedging their production as far as producers. Smelting and refinery forwards, I don't know anybody who would do it, but sometimes they do it. But remember, that isn't rotating silver hedges. There's no need for over 100 billion ounces to rotate every year. Most of these smelters have one hedge and make slight adjustments over time depending on their inventory. Same with electronic companies. He says there's 960 million in hedges at electronic companies. I think that's bullshit. But again, they don't churn those hedges. Right? They have a certain amount of inventory. If they get more inventory, they can hedge a little more, and less inventory, they're going to take off hedges. So I think all these are net zeros. But there's 100 million ounces traded, electronic futures contracts traded every year. 100 billion with a B. And then the silver on lease to jewelers, somebody needs to explain to me why 1 billion ounces is hedged by jewelers. I think that is complete bullshit. And that is a made-up number. And again, they wouldn't churn those hedges. If they do have silver in inventory, you wouldn't trade it every day. You'd sit there, you bought silver, you have a certain amount of inventory. As the inventory grows a little, you'll add potentially a little more hedge. As it goes down, you're going to take off the hedges. Silver leased. All these leases are fraud, by the way. This is JP Morgan leasing out metal that's actually in their inventories, supposedly. And silver backing investment notes and bonds. I don't know if there's any left, but hey, according to Jeffrey Christian, 3 billion ounces are out there of physical silver that's being hedged at the banks. I think this is bullshit number, but even if there was 3 billion, how does that justify 100 billion trading every year on the COMEX? It doesn't. And then back then there was a short of 350. Right now I think it's around 320 million ounces. That's what's ready to be delivered. Right now, potentially there's 250 million that could be stood for delivery for December. And I'll guarantee you these banksters don't have it. Anyway, lots going on in silver. It's time for JP Morgan and friends. Obviously JP Morgan, the criminal bankster that shorted silver for 10 years to keep the price down, took physical off the markets like I'm screaming at people to do. Blythe Masters stole our idea of pulling physical off. They belong in jail. They don't belong in the silver market at all, but they're the biggest silver player on planet Earth. They're not going to get hurt by it. Well, they will, because other banks go down, JP Morgan goes down. HSBC goes down, JP Morgan goes down. They have all the banks are intertwined. These too big to fail banks are ready to flop and go down by the end of the year. Hang on to your hats. It's time for JP Morgan to pay me my silver now.
Silver lovers out there. Silver. Pay me my silver now. Cajun version. Zydeco version? What is it? Do we remember how we started this? Like Little Feet.